Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. We're going to be speaking Arsenal news, and we're going to be speaking 4 players: Rafinha, Rashford, Saliba, actually 4 stories, and a new kit. Now, there are 3 kits that have been proposed to come up next season. Actually, all our 3 kits have been leaked, and there is only one that looks good, the black one. I mean, we're gonna run through them, but I just don't feel like those kits should be our kits next season. But anyway, I'm going to get your thoughts, and opinions about those kits. I won't be that selfish. We're gonna be speaking about Rafinha. Fabrizio Romano confirming that Arsenal have asked information about Rafinha. We are not leading that trace, however. We want a player of that kind. Marcus Rashford, the Mirror, have said Arsenal are set to launch their first bid for Marcus Rashford. They're serious about him. Let us talk about Marcus Rashford and Willie Saliba. What is the latest about him? Is he staying? Is he going? Where exactly do Arsenal and Mikel Arteta stand when it comes to William Saliba? That and more in this video. Smash a like on the video if you feel very kind today. Do subscribe to the channel as well. Let's get the party started. Right, to start the party, let's start off with Rafinha. Now, Fabrizio Romano did come out and confirm that Arsenal have asked information about Leeds winger Rafinha. At the moment, actually, to clarify the situation, there were reports moving around that Rafinha's release clause would be 75 million euros if Leeds were not relegated, and it would be 25 million euros of a release clause if they were relegated. Now, that is not true, lads. The truth is, Rafinha's release clause will be 25 million euros only, whether they stay up or go down in the summer. Now, Barcelona leading that race. They have agreed personal terms with the player. They have not really agreed anything with the club. Deco is the agent to the player, and of course, Juan Laporta, president Barcelona, came out and said, "Look, we are working with Deco. Of course, he's got that kind of prominence in the Brazilian market, so we are really working with them closely to see that we get Rafinha." Now, Rafinha is believed to be a replacement of Ousmane Dembele Memphis Depay at Barcelona. But what is interesting here in the Arsenal perspective is that Fabrizio Romano has said we have asked for information and we would love to sign a player of that kind. Now, if you ask me what kind of player Rafinha is, I think predominantly plays on the flanks, on the wings, and he scores many goals. That is the kind of player he is, and I think that is what we're trying to do. If you look at all the players that we're being linked with at the moment, Marcus Rashford, Rafinha, Cody Gakpo, it just highlights that we are interested in a winger that can actually, cut inside and give you those numbers in terms of scoring goals. So, what are your thoughts on Rafinha? I would love to get, I would love to hear from you. We have Saka, we have Martinelli, and Smith Rowe. So at the moment, it's not that easy for me to just go bang. But I think Rafinha is better than Martinelli. Rafinha is better than Saka at the moment. It's really, really good, especially in terms of giving you the numbers. And I think that's what Mikel Arteta is trying to do. Build a forward line. Like if you're gonna play a 4-3-3, you need to have that forward line that gives you goals regardless of the position in which they're playing. So Rafinha, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Now, we have had pictures of our jerseys of our new kits leaked. This is how they look like. I've looked at them. We have a pink one. We have a black one, which would be the 3rd kit, and then we also have the home kit. Honestly, lads, the black one is okay, absolutely fine. The pink one, if we are not going to predominantly play in in this pink jersey, if it's going to be black predominantly, and then on a couple, because this pink jersey just looks like a training kit. It doesn't look like a match day kit. And honestly, lads, going to Champions League, if we're going to go back to Champions League, like we want to be, we can't have such an ugly pink jersey. But it didn't look very well for me. The black one is okay. The home kit, I don't like the collars, honestly. Adidas, they should just do anything, but just remove those collars. We will be agree. We will agree to any conditions they set, but the collars really don't work. Just look at these, jerseys. They just look okay. Don't put the collars. The collars don't look. They didn't look good. That home kit should be redone, honestly, because the home kit is what I'm gonna be seeing on TV day in, day out. So I really cannot look at such an ugly. They need to work on it. They honestly need to work on it. If that is the final piece, they really need to redo it. I think they leaked them intentionally to get reviews, and the home kit bogus. The black one excellent. That pink one looks like a training kit. Honestly, it looks like a training kit. I'm not in love with that. But moving on, lads. Today the Mirror have also said that Arsenal are preparing to bid for Marcus Rashford. Now, I've been listening to a couple of Manchester United fan channels and watching them, and the feeling around Marcus Rashford in Manchester United is that he predominantly plays on the left-hand side of the pitch, where Jadon Sancho is coming and looks set to go. There are also rumors that if Eric Ten Hag comes in, we could see the likelihood of Anthony from Ajax signing. That means on the flanks, United would be employing or deploying Anthony and then Jadon Sancho. Marcus Rashford is game time this season has been a little bit troubled. Of course, he began the season with an injury, but when he came back, at first he started, I think came back in that Leicester City game. He scored on his debut, on his comeback, and everything seemed okay. He scored in his first 2 games since coming back, and that was it. He's really struggled. I think he struggled, under the new manager as compared to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's system, and there is nothing to do. Fabrizio Romano has already come out and said, look, he wants to consider his future. He's considering his future. He's not signing a new deal with Manchester United. He will consider his future in the summer. Arsenal are one of the clubs I've looked at as interested. Real Madrid as well, but I don't see him going to Real Madrid. But let's talk about Rashford at Arsenal. Can he be the kind of player that maybe Mikel Arteta is looking for? Because if we look at the likes of Cody Gakpo and Rafinha, then we have the idea of what he wants. He wants a fast winger that can convert, and I think Marcus Rashford has that. I don't think he's finished personally. The only problem I would have is if he wants to consider his future because of game time, because at Arsenal, we've seen it with Mikel Arteta. He wants you to be patient. He wants you to be hardworking. You need to work for your space. You're not going to be having any ascribed statuses to start in that in the Arsenal 11. Not this season, not last season, not the coming season. So if Marcus Rashford is not ready to fight and wants a clean slate into the starting 11, then I think Arsenal would be a wrong move. But if he wants to rebuild his career, come back, make a comeback, look, it would be hurting because he's been, part of this Manchester United structure right from the grassroots. So it would be really hurting. It would be very difficult. But the project that we have at Arsenal would definitely suit him. How much would we need to pay? Maybe there is a question there. Probably 50, probably 60. I don't know what United would be actually looking for, but I am sure they are not looking to sell him. But anyway, that is also there. Marcus Rashford, the new bid. I would like to see how much do Arsenal really want to bid for Marcus Rashford. We'll talk about this on the live show. And lastly, lads, is William Saliba. Now, Charles once again has come out and said Arsenal will be talking to William Saliba. And his, regarding his contract situation in the summer. They do not want to let him go. They want to integrate him. However, the player, in his recent interview, and this is where I think Saliba is totally getting it wrong. In his recent interview, he came out and said, look, there are going to be contract talks between between Marseille and Arsenal. At the end of the season, I would love to stay here. So it looks like the player is disinterested, and the demands and guarantees that he's going to be asking from Arsenal, I don't think we will meet them. Honestly, I love Saliba, but I don't think he's going to break into Gabriel Magalhaes and Ben White, centre-back pairing. He's not going to break it. He might get enough time in the Europa League. That is it. I don't see him get anything more than that. But anyway, that is it, lads. For now, Saliba contract talks are prepared, but we are not very sure if anything is gonna be coming out anytime soon. Marcus Rashford, a new bid, an unofficial bid from Arsenal, is being expected. We have also asked for information around Rafinha, and our new kits were leaked. But I'm telling you, lads, in terms of a review, I didn't like all of them.